In today's video, I thought I'd talk with you guys about something that I experienced not too long ago when I made my first $10,000 in a single month. And it just kind of changed my perspective around a lot of things. And I hope I can kind of give you guys guidance when you do start making that kind of money and you start realizing that the the once things you wanted so badly in the beginning are now things that you're like, wow, what next? So I'm just gonna do my dishes. I'm gonna do the dishes for the night while I discuss with you guys about this because I think I can give you guys a lot of pointers. So when I started entrepreneurship, I immediately wanted to make money. That was my main goal. It was like I want to hit $10,000 as fast as possible. That's what I want to do, and it was great. It was a great goal. As everyone starts out in entrepreneurship, especially when I was 13 years old, I'm like, I want to make 10K, so let's do it. And as I went after it, I was putting in the work, not really getting anywhere, but I knew I really wanted it, and I just kept, moving forward, moving forward. After 10 months, I made my first client. I got my first client, and after another 5 months, I made my first, I guess, kind of predictable income, you'd say, of around like $2,000 to $3,000. But not too long ago, maybe midsummer-ish, I did hit $10,000, and well, when I hit that, it it was incredible. Let's just put it that way. It was so amazing because for the first time ever, I actually felt free. When you actually start making like a lot, and I mean when you start hitting goals that you're like, wow, this is insane at this age, and being able to do this, it feels really rewarding for sure. But then I woke up the next day and I still felt the same. And what I mean by that is I kept doing the same things. I kept moving forward and I kept wanting to grow. And it kind of got me thinking is like, well, I went after this goal and I put so much almost like as if it was a pedestal. I put so much importance on this that when I hit it kind of changed the way I thought about it. I'm like, well, what was I really looking for? It's like I don't really know now what to go after. And well, I just kind of sat down with myself. I'm like, okay, I'm making $10,000. It's like, okay, where do I want to go from here? It's like, yeah, I go 20,000. But it was weird because that was the moment I started looking at it going, it's not about the money. And you'll have to learn that for yourself when you start out. Like for me, it was about the money in the beginning. But now after making that much and, continuing to make that and continuing to grow, it switches from money to more of like a mission and creating something that can help people that actually you are proud of every day, and you're continuing to grow, you're continuing to improve because you love it so much. And when I started out, what I was doing was advertising, going out and doing video shoots. I still do that because I enjoy it. And it was interesting because I was just continuing to put in the work. And so I say this all because after I made that money, I sat down and I changed my perspective on it. I stopped thinking about, money in terms of what I want to hit into more of who can I impact? How much impact can I make? And how can I take this to the next level? Because you'll have to learn this for yourself again, but when you start making that money and you see it in the bank account, the first thing I would do is actually just stop for a second and almost look at, okay, and go, how can I take this with as much, kind of vision and start realizing if it was it about the money in the beginning, and how can I start making this into a mission? And for me, what I'm doing is I'm hiring people. I'm bringing in talent. I'm finding a culture that I love. Or how can I start guiding people as the leader of the company and start finding my ideal clients that I absolutely love with a passion to work with? Because, at this point, I've been able to work with a lot of different companies. I've been able to have a lot of success with all of them. And it's just like, what do you actually love to do? Like, what do you actually are desiring? Like, what is passion behind it? And for me, like, I'll give you an example is like, I love working with brands. And not just like I say that for like, oh, it's brands. It's like, I love working with different products. I love working with companies like, oh, that's a dope product. I would love to be able to market that, to be able to research what type of prospects are going to buy that. How can I determine or differentiate your product compared to the 1,000 others that are like it? Depends on if it's a patented product. Is it something unique? Is it something different? Is it invented? How can I start differentiating that between other products that are similar but a little different? And so all those little things go into it. And like, how can I start creating content around that to create viral organic posts and then create a campaign that drives millions of people to their company? And it's all those small things that I'm passionate about. I love to do. I love to lead. And you just start acting different. You start turning from, oh, I just hit $10,000. I love it. I'm gonna go buy something. I'm gonna go buy a Rolex. Because like that was my mindset when I started. I was like, I want to hit $10,000. I'm gonna have like a dope Rolex. I'm gonna have a dope car. Oh man, I'm gonna be traveling the world all day, every day. And you know what I really care to do now? Is I want to work with more companies. I want to help people grow. I want to, be the person that I never had when I started, to help companies that are starting out, that are like e-commerce, software, that want to make the impact they were called to make, but just don't know how to get there. That's like my mission behind Backsplash is like, we're the new era of content and ads. And so like, you have to find your passion, you have to find your mission beyond the money, because when you do start making money, and you will, you got the passion, you have the desire to hit $10,000, you're going to hit a lot more money. You're going to go a lot further than that. You start realizing, it's not about the money. It never was. And, happiness comes from, well, yes, money, it definitely makes you happy in the short term really fast. But then immediately the next day you're like, well, all right, where can I go to next? Let's keep growing. So like, I believe money is only just like a tool to help you buy back your time to then have the opportunity to go do things that are actually happiness, which is, relationships, going out and meeting people, having fun with friends and family. And so as you grow, I'll kind of leave this on an off note, overview, is, to find your purpose. After $10,000, you start to realize, you may even find it quicker. When you hit 5,000, you're like, wow, this is amazing. I'm hitting this consistently. I want to, I love this. But then you start realizing you're not really enjoying it as much as you thought you did, because it's not a strong enough purpose. Money is going to only get you so far for your goal until you hit it and you're like, well, wow, that was it. All right, next up. And so you have to define a mission behind it. You have to start building that culture, building that team aspect, that purpose. And that's what's going to actually allow you to attract A players, to allow you to attract people that can come into your company and help you grow and take it to the next level. Because you have to sell people on your mission at your company, and whatever you're building, software, e-commerce, agency, whatever, services or products, whatever, you have to be able to find that passion for yourself. And so I'm saying this because I was there and it took me a little bit to understand this, and I want to kind of give back. So we're almost done with all the dishes. So I'll leave you guys on a high note. Like and subscribe, because I'm building my own brand. And, if you find value in this, then I hope you do subscribe, so you can see my journey as I continue to grow the brands that I work with. And hopefully I can give you guys guidance along the way. But yeah, take care. Have a blessed rest of your guys' night. It's Sunday, so I'm going to go probably watch a movie with the family. And as always, take care.